Good morning from Fargo, North Dakota. I am at a nursing conference here where we got 7 inches of snow last night. But I'm not missing Florida because I love my clients, but I certainly don't miss the cold. I was thinking today about what do you call your work? Why do your work, and what do you call your work? So, in my industry, as a professional speaker and author, many of my peer group will say, I have a gig. I got a gig. I'm going to go do a gig. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, early on, 10 years ago, I was like, I never feel like I'm doing a gig. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a singer. I'm a speaker. And I'm not just a speaker, I deliver powerful presentations that make a difference in people's lives. Ultimately, what I think about is like in my work, my desire, every time I get up on the stage, which I got to speak this morning and then I get to speak this afternoon, is I'm there to project love and give tools to my audience. So to make them feel loved and to make them their basket feel with tools. So yes, motivation, yes, inspiration, but really activation. That they walk out of the room and they have applicable tools that they can use personally and professionally to be more successful, to have more joy, to have more work-life balance, to have better communication skills. I was talking about organizations this morning. When a leader says, I can't take time off because things will fall apart. I can't take vacations. I can't go to conferences. What they do is really project that on their employees, which really sets you up for burnout, right? That we have to have breaks and take care of ourselves so we can show up and do our best at work. But if we say, hey, around here, we value self-care, we value taking care of yourself, we value breaks, we value continuing education by going to conferences, well, it says you value it as a leader, but you also value your employees to be able to go and do that. And for me, I call my presentations powerful presentations that make a difference in people's lives, that can be life changing, that are activational, that are applicational, and that are interactive. So when you leave, you have this tool basket full of things that you can implement immediately, that you can be more intentional with your words, with your thinking, and with your actions immediately. But I was talking to some people this week and they're like, oh, I call it gig. And I'm like, okay, tell me why. What does that mean? Like, gig feels very one and done and next and next and not as intentional about loving the clients. And then somebody else said, oh, I call mine an assignment. Where am I assigned to make an impact? I was like, oh, I like that. And somebody else said, it's my mission. Like, where am I supposed to go and do my mission work for the day, from a conference to a training room? And I was just curious, like, for me, that's part of my driving why. Is like, I know that my speaking, my presentations, my tools, my handouts, my workbooks, and my retreats are always going to leave you feeling filled up. And most people, not everybody, but most people show up depleted. They show up already exhausted, depleted. And so I always think, how can I say something powerful that's applicable right now? And whatever you do for work, I wonder, like, is it like, I got to go do the grind? How do you describe your work and the why you do it? Is it a grind? Is it, I got to help people? I got to change people? And I always think help is kind of a weak word, not negative, but weak, where when you change it from I got to help people to I get to support people, I get to encourage people. I just think words are very powerful. And not only the words we speak, but the words we think about. And if we're dragging, I got to drag myself into work or back to the ball and chain or the drag or the grind or whatever it is, we're already having this negative feeling. But if I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to fly into Fargo, North Dakota, where it's going to snow 7 inches, and speak life and love and encouragement and support into people that spend their whole life every single day encouraging and supporting other people, well, that brings me great joy. And then it makes me value myself and therefore value my clients and value my worth and what I get paid. So if you are thinking about becoming a professional speaker, or doing training or consulting or coaching, ask yourself why. Like, what is your intention behind it? And what do you hope the outcome is? Because when we go into it already intentionally, like, my work is important, my work is valuable, my work brings additional value to my clients, well, it changes everything. Like, it's so important to me. I mean, I get up at 4, I drink my water, I do my devotional, I do my workout video in my hotel room, and I hope I don't wake up my neighbors. But I'm like, take care of yourself, Annie, so you can go be your best to deliver that to your clients. And so that's what I want to know today. If you would share in the comments, first of all, why do you do the work you do? How do you describe your work first? Like, it's a grind, it's a job, it's my purpose, it's my intention, it's how I make a difference, it's my calling. So first, why do you do it? What do you do? How do you describe it? And then why do you do it? Like, what difference does it make in the world by the work that you do? And it doesn't matter. Like, I met a man on the flight and he works with fabrication for machines. And actually, I'm going to be at a conference in September he's going to be at. But the work he does benefits these huge corporations and his clients, but then that benefits their employees, which benefits the families. So it's not that you need to be a speaker to have meaningful work by any means. All of our careers mean something. It helps provide income, it helps provide for a family, education, food. But understanding your why and understanding the difference your work makes it a lot easier to be motivated and inspired to bounce out of bed and to get to work rather than feeling like you have to work or it's a grind to work, thinking I get to work. And because I work, I'm able to provide for my family. I'm able to go on vacation. I'm able to put my kids through college. I'm able to go on a date night. I'm able to buy a new car. Whatever you value. And again, no judgment in that. We all have different things we value. But for me, I think I love my work so much because I get to see the difference it makes in people's lives. And I get to see, oh my gosh, I did this powerful presentation. And already, like, I did my first morning session and now I have an afternoon one. And these people are coming, oh my gosh, I love this. Or I'm going to apply this. Or, oh my gosh, that's what I got to say to my boss. Or I'm the boss and I got to say that to my team. I love that. I love that right away. They're going to take something away and figure out how to apply it and how it will make a difference in their work. And if they take care of themselves and have more intentional relationships at home, then they show up better at work. And there's a lot of things, especially in healthcare, you can't control, right? We can't control COVID. We can't control who lives and dies, but we can control being focused and alert because we took time to take care of ourselves and take a walk on lunch or whatever those little things are that you can do to implement. So, what is it you do for a living? How do you describe that work? And why do you do that work? And how does it make a difference in your life and the life of the people around you? I'm Annie Meehan, CSP, Certified Speaking Professional, Hall of Fame for the state of Minnesota speaker. And I'm in Fargo, Minnesota, grateful to be in the cold because it brings me to clients that need and love my work. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.